What up, you guys? John's Moto Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Some of you may recognize this beautiful motorcycle here. This is the 2010 Triumph Thunderbird. Awesome motorcycle. Check out those videos. I'm at the house of the dude who purchased this bike, and he has another bike that he invited me over to check out. So that's what we're going to do today. But you got to say, that looks just awesome with the seat, the solo seat set up and removing the backrest and all of that. What an awesome looking motorcycle. I almost didn't recognize it. Anyway, today I've got a treat for you guys. We are going to take this 1999 Honda VFR out for a spin. Look at this beauty. Holy smokes. So this is a 4-cylinder. If you're familiar with the Honda Magna, basically the same engine that they have in the Magna, just more performance oriented, tuned a little bit differently. These are known for the single-sided swing arm, and to be honest, I don't know a ton about these bikes, but I know they're very popular. This one's actually for sale, so I'm going to drop a link below to the Craigslist ad. You can hit up Trent, the owner, if you're interested. I'll go over some of the details as I take the bike for a spin. It's currently got an aftermarket exhaust. He has the original stock exhaust as well. This is the original plastics. He said this cracked here in transport, and then he said he tipped it over in his gravel. But he has a complete new set of plastics as well. Also, you'll know all these gold pieces here. He has the original black stuff to go with it if you wanted to replace those with the black bolts. Looks like you got some newer rubber. Just doing a little walk around. This is a 1999. It's really wild with the single-sided swing arm and the chain and everything. Anyway, let's jump on and take it for a spin. I've never ridden one of these before, but I've heard lots and lots of good things about them, so we'll see what it's all about. These are fuel injected. Ooh, that exhaust actually sounds pretty good. Wasn't expecting that. Oh man, that sounds real good. Now, he said he has not had it tuned yet with this new exhaust, so it does backfire a little bit, running a little bit lean. Bike's got a total of 38,520 miles. However, after he bought it, he said the engine went bad. He had a brand new engine put in that has about 13K with documented paperwork and everything for that. I guess the rear cylinder on the previous engine was starved, and the mechanic said everything looked clean. Everything looked beautiful. He had no idea why that had happened, but that was the case. So anyway, let's take this for a quick spin. This is interesting because it's definitely got more of a, your aggressive sport bike stance to it. But these clip-ons are kind of like stunt bike clip-ons where they come up a little bit, so it's not as aggressive as most sport bikes. I really like the ergonomics. It's actually a really comfortable riding position. Not too crazy at all. More in line, I would say, with like a sport touring bike as opposed to just an all-out super sport. Now this V4 4-cylinder, like I said, same engine that they ended up putting in the Honda Magna, and it's got a very smooth delivery. And I must say, this thing so far, handling wise, is like really nimble. Does not feel too heavy at all. I don't know the curb weight on this bike, but just listen to that. Woo! Man, this thing sounds awesome. Even with that little backfire, this thing just purrs. Yeah, this is the kind of bike that gets me in trouble. So, I believe this is going to be a 750cc displacement, if it's the same as the Magna. Man, this thing's rad. This thing is rad. Hopefully Trent doesn't mind if I take it up to the freeway real quick. You gotta get this thing up to speed. Listen to that exhaust. Holy smokes, this thing's cool. Yeah, overall I'm liking it, man. I know these are kind of a cult favorite. I haven't done a ton of research on them, but I'm impressed so far with the ride, and the fact that this is a 99 and the performance and the handling are as great as they are, it just goes to show. I mean, Honda's been on their game for a very long time. That's the one thing with pretty much all the Hondas that I ride. The one thing I get is they're freaking precision built machines. Shout out to Trent for letting me come check out this motorcycle. I have a lot of people invite me to ride different bikes. He happens to live right up the street within like 15-minute drive, so it worked out pretty easily. To anybody who's invited me to ride bikes, if I haven't in the past, I apologize. I'm always down to. It's just a matter of making it work logistically. But this thing so far has been a lot of fun. I told him I would not try to wheelie on it. After I broke my buddy's bike trying to wheelie, I was like, okay, no more. I don't want to break somebody else's motorcycle. This thing feels very dialed in. So again, Trent is actually selling this motorcycle. I believe he's asking around 4,000 bucks for it. I don't know the market on these. So but it does come with the full set of extra plastics, original exhaust, original, you know, black bolts if you want that. It's got fresh tires or newer tires. And looking at the bike, I mean, for 4,000 bikes, this is a lot of bike. For 4,000 bucks, it seems like a lot of bike for the money. And oh yeah, and then with the engine, all the documentation for the fresh engine and all that as well. So if you're in the market for a VFR Colt Classic, favorite single-sided swing arm Honda crazy motorcycle, then I'll put a link below. You can hit up Trent and do some negotiating on that. And Trent did offer to throw me some bones for doing this video. I was like, dude, no, nope. Just the ride alone is well worth it, dog. So I'm gonna jump on the freeway real quick, see if we can get it up to speed, nothing too wild, and then we'll call it a day. I gotta get back home. Holy smokes! Yeah, this thing's gonna get me in trouble. That's crazy, man. This thing pulls up to freaking nearly 12,000 RPMs. That is wild. What a wild machine. Yeah, we'll do one more mile. Yeah, this thing is really something else. There's a reason I don't own a sport bike, you guys, and this is why. Yeah, this thing is, I'm freaking cruising around at like 90 miles per hour. Like nothing, doesn't even skip a beat. Does not skip a beat. That's the problem with sport bikes. Not really the problem, but the thing with these bikes is their natural habitat, their natural terrain is on the highway at these higher speeds. What a blast. Jeez, this thing is awesome. Oh. Machine, holy smokes.
Whew. All right, you guys.
guys. Sadly, my camera battery died towards the end of the ride there, but that was an absolute blast. So my final thoughts on the motorcycle, and first, huge shout out again to Trent for letting me check that out. If you're in the market for a VFR, check the link below to his Craigslist post. You can get all the details and reach out to him. Anyway, final thoughts on that bike. Ultimately, it was just overall an awesome riding experience. Ergonomics, extremely comfortable. I felt right at home with the motorcycle. I didn't feel like I really had to fight it at all in the corners, handling, with the acceleration. Just nothing about it felt like it was working against the rider. Super intuitive. I felt right at home on the motorcycle, super relaxed and comfortable. It really instills confidence in the rider. Being a quick, fast bike, I think that's an awesome thing. I showed up at Trent's house after a ride on my FCO9. So I'd been out messing around on the FCO9, and I thought as I rolled up, I don't know if going from the FCO9 to this bike, it's gonna be really good because I'm gonna feel like I'm downgrading in a sense, thinking that I was coming off a gnarly bike like the FCO9 onto something like this. And it wasn't at all the case. I still had an absolute blast because I feel like the power that the VFR offers is super manageable and rider friendly, just given the whole experience with the ergonomics and the handling and the performance just all across the board. Another big thing, I absolutely love the sound of that motorcycle. Sounded awesome with that exhaust. And what else about it? Just total blast. Definitely feels right at home on the freeway. And just like other super sports, that's where I feel like, ooh, if I have a bike like that, I'm gonna get myself into a lot of trouble, because you can't help but just open up the throttle and cruise. It's so comfortable and feels like it's gonna go forever and ever with that, with the speed and the power and everything. So overall, a lot of fun. Blows my mind. That bike is a 99 and handles and performs and just overall rides a lot better than a lot of these newer bikes that I go out and purchase. But they're all different. They all have their different purposes. Sport touring bikes are known for being comfortable and offering the performance, and that is prime example. I'm glad I finally got to ride one of those, because I have heard for a long time that the VFR is a favorite, and I never knew why. Now I do. So anyway, thanks again, Trent, for letting me check that out. The Triumph Thunderbird is looking cherry with that new solo seat. Looks way better than with the 2-up and that backrest and everything. And that's gonna do it. What do you guys think? Have you ever ridden the VFR? Is that a bike you would ride or purchase? Drop a comment below, let me know. And I appreciate the support. You can follow me on Instagram at John's Moto Garage. Stay tuned, we're gonna be doing more updates on the YouTube Moto Flip project and all that good stuff. So more to come. We'll catch you on the next one. Adios, nos vemos.